Hey YouTube, this is Drew over at Rev Hiker Outdoors. I had a failed attempt at making this video a few days ago because it was so cold that the batteries on my camera died in about 5 minutes, so I didn't get to do the whole video. But anyway, I want to talk to you today about how I carry fire, so to speak. And some of this material that you see here, I had about 7-8 minutes walk into where I am right now in the woods, and I just grabbed this stuff off the side of the trail. This is some bark from those big vines that hang down in my area. I got a little tiny bit of birch bark. I don't really like to strip it in the winter. And then I just grabbed some dead twigs and some thumb-sized stuff as I was walking in. It took me maybe an extra minute or two. So I'm not here to build a huge fire, but I guess what I'm saying is it doesn't take a ton of time. And if you guys remember from my other videos, I don't like to baton wood. I like to save my blade. So what I do is I just gather everything I need. So I want to talk to you about fire starting today in the winter. I think it's especially important. Now, I see most people carry with them a lighter of some sort, whether it's a Bic or whatever brand it is, but it's a little butane lighter. These things are great. I like them. Sometimes they light, sometimes they don't. When it gets really cold, sometimes you might have to hold this in your hand for a minute or two before it's really going to light anything. They're very susceptible to wind, and you know what? I've had these things break in my pocket. You fall, you got them in your pocket, bang, broken. Then you got a big mess. I mean, these things are not indestructible. When I was a kid, my brother and I used to take these and slam them down on a pavement and watch them shoot up into the air. So we've broken a bunch of these. They're not always good. So I want to talk to you today about getting a fire going when your lighter's gone. So I guess what I'm saying is there's not a whole lot of redundancies that I carry because I like to do everything ultra light. Fire making is definitely one of them because it weighs next to nothing. So not only do I take a lighter in my cook kit, but I usually carry some matches in there as well. Matches get wet. Matches blow out easily in the wind. So let's say your matches are wet, your lighter's busted, or they fell out of your pocket. These are some surefire ways that I always carry on my person to start a fire. First thing, this little guy right here. This is just a waterproof matchbox, and what I carry in it is something that's pretty common in the bushcraft survival circles, which is just some cotton balls smeared with some petroleum-based substance like Vaseline or Vicks Vapor Rub. I do Vicks Vapor Rub because if I get a stuffy nose, I can wipe these on the bottom of my nose when I go to sleep and it'll help clear me up. So it's kind of dual purpose. But this is my favorite way to do it. One that's pretty much guaranteed to get you a fire started. With that, I either carry a Sparky from Ultimate Survival Tools, which is nice because when it's cold and you lose dexterity, this is one-handed. You just plant this on the ground and ram it down, push with your thumb, and that thing will throw good sparks. And lastly, if I don't carry either of those, I carry this, a flint and magnesium bar. I love these things. I think they're better than a regular ferro rod because in bad conditions or when your tinder isn't the greatest, you have your own tinder right here. You shave off a little pile of this about the size of a quarter, and the thing burns ridiculous hot, thousands and thousands of degrees. This thing throws good sparks. The only thing is I don't carry a striker, so you need a good knife with a 90-degree spine, and this thing will throw plenty sparks. I've never had issues with it. So a good knife, or if you just put a carbide striker on there, that'll work too. So anyway, the biggest thing about starting a fire in the winter, or really any time, is going to be your preparation, okay? I had a coach in high school that told me that proper preparation prevents piss-poor performance. So if you take the time, you make this stuff good, everything else is going to work. So what I'm going to do with this bark, and it's got some snow in it, so try to shake that out. But just grab some pieces of it and just rough it up. I mean, just really ram on it. You want to get these fibers broken down into the smallest state possible, especially if you don't have the cotton balls like I'm going to be using. Now with the cotton balls, I don't have to worry as much because that's why I like this method. It's really pretty simple. The cotton balls burn for quite a long time, and they throw off a pretty good flame. So I really don't have to worry about it. So anyway, get your tinder bundle going. You're going to want to break it apart, split it mechanically with your fingers, rough it up, do whatever you can to get these fibers as small as you can get them, okay? You don't want big coarse things like this. What you want to get is something more like this, okay? Break it down fine. And if you don't have the cotton balls, you're going to want it even finer than this. So anyway, get this broken down as much as you can, okay? And then I kind of form it into like a little, well, almost like a bird's nest. I know this isn't a great bird's nest or anything, but like I said, the methods I use, it's not as important as some other methods. So I put this in my little half teepee deal there. I'll put some more of this stuff on top, just around it. Help with ignition. Take out one of your cotton balls. Okay, now, same thing on these cotton balls. The more surface area you have, the better they're going to work. So I take them, pull them apart, get a lot of surface area right there. Tuck that right down in the center. That's the one downside, by the way, your fingers get slimy. But it's all good. And today I'll use my flint magnesium. So I just kind of plant this right where I want it. There we go. So there you have it. I'm not too worried about keeping the fire going because I'm just demonstrating how to get it going. But when you guys get the nice little twigs going, this in here, you're not going to have any issues getting your stuff going. So there you have it, YouTube. That is my favorite method of starting fire. And remember, always carry more than one source of ignition. Tinder's a lot easier to come by than ignition. You guys get stuck out there with this and you think, oh, I've seen, you know, using a bow drill on YouTube. That crap's hard. I'm telling you, and especially in the winter, you don't want to be screwing around with that stuff. So anyway, cotton balls with Vaseline, excellent. You can usually pack about 6 into here. And, you know, good knife with a 90-degree spine. I showed you guys this one in another video. This is my homemade knife, favorite blade. And, oh, one last thing. Please use the spine of your knife. Don't use your blade. This is like your lifeline when you're out in the woods. You do not want to wreck the edge on this. So, anyway, guys, that's my favorite. Flint and magnesium, little cotton balls. Sparky works great, too. And, hey, if your lighter and matches work, then great. That works too. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you. So I just kind of plant this right where I want it. There we go.